Hi everybody, Alana Corso, managing broker, co-founding partner of Dwell Realtors. So this week I'm going to be giving you an introductory lesson on what is a disclosure package. So we've been out touring houses, we find a property in a home you really love, and you ask, what are our next steps? So we need to request a disclosure package from the listing agent. And 99% of the time, the listing agent will email us or send us a link to the disclosure package. And for first-time buyers who've never reviewed a disclosure package, just to kind of give you a basic idea of how many documents are in it, if we printed all these papers, it would be about an inch worth of paper. And if you were considering a condominium or a townhouse with homeowners association documents, there'd probably be another inch worth of paperwork. So it's definitely a lot, and while it can seem overwhelming, my job is to help you navigate it. So I thought it would be helpful to give a kind of a precursory introduction to what's in this disclosure package that you have to read and comprehend. I'd like to start with the fact that everything in the disclosure package is important and really needs to be read through thoroughly and carefully. The first thing you're going to come across is typically a cover page or receipt for documents. So this is the summary of all of the reports and disclosures that are contained within and gives us an idea of everything that's in it. The next section will typically be all of the California required statutory documents and disclosures. So these can be anything from the carbon monoxide device disclosures, how the water heater has to be strapped, all the way to the California statewide advisories, and then any local advisories in our counties for San Mateo and Santa Clara. Next is the seller completed disclosures. So these are the disclosures that sellers have to take some time and thought and energy into completing as part of their disclosure package. These are really important documents because it tells us the story about what's going on with the property. It's going to go through questions like, did your plumbing ever back up? Has your roof ever leaked? What improvements have you made to the house? So from a seller standpoint, their job is to disclose everything they possibly can. And I always advise my sellers, when in doubt, disclose. So we want to read those very carefully to understand and get a complete picture of the homeowner's history of the house. So the next section is the natural hazard disclosure report. So this report contains 3 different sections. The natural hazard disclosure section will go over if the house is in a flood zone or if it's in a high fire zone, liquefaction, seismic area, all of these things that are important to take a look at from an environmental standpoint. There also will be a tax section which will talk about the base property tax and if there's any special assessments tied to that particular parcel, which is important to know in knowing what your future property tax bill is going to be. The other section of the natural hazard disclosure report is the environmental section. So this will talk about any environmental risks associated with the specific property, the surrounding city, county, and at the state level. The next part of our disclosure package is a preliminary title report. Preliminary title reports tell us who is the recorded owner on the property and if there's any associated liens or encumbrances for the house. This is yet another important document that you really need to carefully read through so that we can ensure your house you're going to take clean title to your new property and understand if there's any recorded easements or if there's maybe the homeowner did some work and didn't pay a contractor and there's a mechanic's lien. This is something that we want to make sure is taken off before you take title to your home. The next section in a single family home is the inspections. Typically in our Mid-Peninsula market, sellers provide a general property inspection and a pest inspection. So these reports are done by independent third parties that basically go and do a top to bottom comprehensive report of the house and look at it to see what issues there are and what condition everything's in. The pest inspection is going to be looking for any termites and fungus issues. So with the property inspection, this is where we're going to read through it carefully and look to see if there's any red flags and if there's any secondary reports that need to be done, such as foundation, drainage issues, possibly maybe you need a roof inspection, all those things that I can help you navigate and understand so that we know what reports need to be done on your behalf. So if you're considering a condominium or a townhouse, you'll need to review all of the homeowners association documentation. So like I said in the beginning, this can be another inch worth of paperwork to go through, but also really important to understand all of the rules, restrictions, regulations that are involved with your new potential homeowners association. So this is just a quick overview as to what is in your disclosure package. And again, if your head's not spinning and your eyes aren't rolling back in your head, it is hard and challenging to read through it, but it's my job to help you navigate through it and understand what risks are associated with the property, what we need to do our own investigations for, and how to really understand everything. Hopefully I haven't totally overwhelmed you with my brief overview of what a disclosure package is. I look forward to helping you navigate this process as a home buyer and happy to help you at any time. Stay tuned for more videos where I dive deep into what some of these inspections really are and what you need to look out for. Thank you.